I heard a big explosion.
When I looked at my front door, I felt a wave of heat, and then that's when I saw the fire and everything.
Tonight at 10 o'clock, all eyes are on the Deer Park pipeline fire that continues to burn roughly 12 hours after an SUV ran over a valve, causing it to explode into a tower of fire. This here is a live picture tonight, expected to burn at least into tomorrow morning. We want to thank you for joining us. I'm Keith Garvin.
Good evening. I'm Daniela Guzman. Police are looking into who that person is. 4 people were hurt, 2 were taken to the hospital, and officials have evacuated residents from Spencer Highway down to Oak Haven Road and Scotch Moss Lane over to Canada. We have put team coverage together tonight for you. KPRC2's Devin Clark will tell us how you can file claims with insurance if your home is damaged.
But first, we want to begin with KPRC2's Bryce Newberry. Bryce, the FBI is now involved in this investigation.
Yeah, Keith and Daniela, we've now learned that before this fire, an SUV crashed through a fence and then into some of the infrastructure connected to this pipeline. Tonight, we do not know if that was an accident or on purpose, but we do know that Deer Park Police, alongside FBI special agents, conducted the initial investigation, finding no signs of terrorism. But tonight, as this fire continues raging, many people are still forced out of their homes. As the sun set in Deer Park, balls of fire roared into the sky. The constant stream of flames started shooting from the ground just before 10 a.m., seen here from high above.
I went to the back door and looked out to see if it was a plane that had exploded in the air.
Neighbors tell KPRC they heard a loud boom. Those closest felt their homes start shaking and electricity went out. A natural gas line explosion rocked the neighborhood, which investigators say sparked after a white SUV crashed through a fence, hitting an above-ground pipeline valve.
We had to get out immediately. There was no staying in the house. It was intense heat, like being in an oven.
Deborah Gamble and her husband's home of 14 years is just across Meadow Drive from where the fire erupted. Sky 2 shows it being doused with water. The flames so hot so quickly.
The back of the truck was melting.
The bumper, license plate frame, and tail lights almost unrecognizable on the back of Gamble's truck.
The fire is it's very hot, so a lot of the house structures that are adjacent to that are still catching on fire.
Officials estimate 5 homes got damaged, 4 people injured. Another neighbor telling us his wife went to the hospital after tripping and falling, scrambling to safety with their dogs.
It doesn't seem real, honestly.
Gamble and her husband rushed away as crews finally shut off the source of the natural gas in the pipeline owned by Energy Transfer and let it burn off. But they didn't get out with much more than their 13-year-old Westie named Bunny.
She's a little bit traumatized.
Still processing the day's chaos.
You're thinking, we're going to die. I'm sort of numb right now. I mean, it was very traumatic.
Deborah was just shaking when we talked with her hours after evacuating earlier today. And tonight we know that she and others really don't know exactly when they'll be able to go home or what they'll be going home to. But the city of Deer Park is urging anyone impacted or displaced by this fire to contact a hotline that's been set up by Energy Transfer, which again is the owner of this pipeline. We've just learned in the last 5 minutes or so that CenterPoint Energy crews are standing by ready to move in and restore power in this neighborhood once the ground cools, but we do know that this fire now is expected to continue burning into the early morning hours. We're live in Deer Park tonight. I'm Bryce Newberry, KPRC 2 News.